Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel ABK Smart Study. So today we will discuss the part 4 of the mechanical engineering subject thermodynamics and their objectives. So this is part 4 of our lecture series. In that we have to study again 15 plus important questions. So keep watching and let us start the video. So let us start the question 1 of the today's lecture. So question is, in order to burn 1 kilogram of CH4 means methane completely, the minimum number of kilogram of oxygen needed. So in order to burn 1 kilogram of CH4, the minimum number of oxygen needed is, so here options is A3, B4, C5 and D6. So here atomic weights of hydrogen, carbon and oxygen are 1, 12 and 16 respectively. So here correct answer is 4. 4 kg of oxygen required to burn 1 kilogram of CH4, and the reaction is represented by is CH4 plus 2O2 is equal to CO2 plus 2H2O. So here reaction is CH4 plus 2O2 is equal to CO2 plus 2H2O. So here 2O2 means 4 kg of oxygen needed to burn 1 kilogram of CH4. So here correct option is option B. Next question. For a reversible adiabatic compression in a steady flow process, the work transfer per unit mass is. So for adiabatic compression in a steady flow process, the work transfer per unit mass is. Given options are integration of P dV, option B integration of V into dP, option C integration of T ds, and option D integration of S dt. So here correct answer is, for reversible adiabatic compression in a steady flow process, the work transfer per unit mass is integration of V into dP. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question. When wet steam flows through a throttle valve and remains wet at exit, it's dash dash. So when wet steam flows through a throttle valve and remains wet at exit, options are temperature and quality increases of steam, option B temperature decreases but quality increases, option C temperature increases but quality decreases, and option D temperature and quality decreases. So when wet steam flows through a throttle valve and remains wet at exit, then its temperature is gradually decreases but quality is increases. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question. A steam power plant has the boiler efficiency of 92%. That is, boiler efficiency is given 92%. Turbine efficiency, that is mechanical efficiency, is equal to 94%. Generator efficiency is equal to 95%, and cycle efficiency is equal to 44%. If 6% of the generator power is used to run auxiliaries, then overall plant efficiency is. So here overall plant efficiency is equal to product of 0.92 into 0.94 into 0.95 into 0.44. So here product is equal to approximately equal to 0.33 means 34%. So here option given in option A, that is the overall plant efficiency is equal to product of all the efficiencies, that is 34%. Next question. The specific speed of centrifugal compressor is. So here specific speed of centrifugal compressor is generally Options are higher than that of the axial compression. Option B, less than that of the reciprocating compressor. Option C, independent of the type of compressor but depends only on the size of the compressor. And option D, more than the specific speed of the reciprocating compressor but less than the axial compressor. So the specific speed of a centrifugal compressor is generally independent of the type of compressor but depends only on the size of the compressor. So here option C, that is independent of the type of compressor but depends only on the size of compressor, is the correct answer. That is specific speed of centrifugal compressor. So here option C is the correct. Next question. For an ideal gas expression, ideal gas expression is given, that is in bracket T ds upon dt into bracket close P minus T into ds upon dt bracket close V bracket close, then is always equal to. So for ideal gas expression, options are 0, Cp upon Cv, R and RT. So for this given expression is always equal to Cp upon Cv. So here option B is the correct answer for this question. That is, that equation is always equal to Cp by Cv. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. A system undergoes a state change from 1 to 2. System undergoes a state change from 1 to 2 according to the second law of thermodynamics. For the process to be feasible, the entropy change H2 minus H1 of the system. So options are is positive or 0. Option B is negative or 0. Option C is 0. And option D can be positive, negative or 0. So a system undergoes a state change from 1 to 2 according to the second law of thermodynamics. For the process to be feasible, then entropy change H2 minus H1 of the system is positive or 0. So here correct answer is option A, is positive or 0 entropy change. So here option A is the correct answer. Next question. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer from the codes given below the list. So here list 1 and list 2 given. So here steam nozzle. So for steam nozzle we use in super saturation. Then compressible flow. In compressible flow we take Mach number. For surface tension we take Weber's number. And heat conduction we use Biot number. So here option 1 5163, that is for steam nozzle, super saturation, compressible flow, Mach number, surface tension, Weber's number and heat conduction for Biot number. So here option A 5163 is the correct answer. Option A 5163 is the correct answer for the above question. Next question. An air breathing aircraft flying at an altitude where the air density is half the value at the ground level. With reference to the ground level, the air fuel ratio at the altitude will be. So here options are cube root 2, option B root 2, option C 2 and option D 4. So an air breathing aircraft flying at an altitude where the air density is half the value of ground level. That is, air density is half the value of ground level. Then with reference to ground level, the air fuel ratio at this altitude will be always root 2. That is option B. So here option B is the correct answer for the question. Next question. Match the list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer from the codes given below. So here again list 1 and list 2 is given. So here A, heat conversion of heat to work. So we use here heat engine for conversion of heat to work. Then heat to lift weight. So here we use hot air balloon evaporation or heat to lift the weight. For lifting of weight we use hot air balloon evaporation. Then heat to strain energy. Then heat to strain energy we use for bimetallic strips for heat to strain energy. And the heat to electromagnetic for thermal radiation. So here options are 3, 4, 6, 5 is the correct, and that is given in option A. So here 3, 4, 6, 5 is given in option A. So here option A is the correct answer. That is for the question number 77. Next question. The vacuum in a condenser is found to be 152. So here vacuum pressure is 152 millimeter of mercury. If the barometer reads, that is barometer pressure reads 736 millimeter of Hg, then absolute pressure. So we know absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. So here absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. So here atmospheric barometer reads 736 minus vacuum 152. So here 736 minus 152 millimeter is equal to 584 millimeter of Hg. So absolute pressure is equal to 584 millimeter of Hg, and this is given in option C. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question. A refrigerating machine working on reversed Carnot cycle. A refrigerating machine working on reversed Carnot cycle takes out 2 kilowatt per minute of heat from system. Takes out 2 kilowatt per minute of heat from the system. So while working between the temperature limits of 300 Kelvin and 200 Kelvin, then COP and power consumed by the cycle will be. So what is the COP and power consumed by the cycle? So first of all we find the COP of the cycle. So COP of the refrigerating machine we know is equal to T2 divided by T1 minus T2. So here T2 is given 200 divided by 300 minus 200. So here is equal to 2. So COP is equal to 200 divided by 300 minus 200 is equal to 2. And power consumed. So work done, we know work done is equal to refrigerating effect upon COP. So we know here COP and work done. COP and refrigerating effect. So here refrigerating effect is equal to 2 and COP is equal to 2. So 2 by 2 is equal to 1 kilowatt. So power consumed is 1 kilowatt and COP is equal to 2. And that is given in option C. That is 2 and 1 kilowatt. So here correct answer will be option C. 2 is equal to COP and 1 kilowatt power consumed by the cycle. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question. Joule-Thomson coefficient for an ideal gas. PV is equal to RT is. So options are 0, option B 0.5, option C unity, and option D infinite. So joules in case of ideal gas we know PV is equal to RT, that is V by T is equal to R upon P. So here for an ideal gas molecular weight is equal to mu is equal to 0. Hence for the ideal gas will not show any temperature drop while passing through a porous plug. So Joule-Thomson coefficient for an ideal gas is always equal to be 0 because its molecular weight is also 0. So here correct option is A. Joule-Thomson coefficient for an ideal gas having equation PV is equal to RT is equal to 0. So here option is the correct answer. Next question. Integration of dp upon dv bracket close t bracket dv upon dt pli bracket dt upon delta p into p is equal to. So here the given relation is cyclic. So this relation total is given is cyclic, and we know for the cyclic and its value is always equal to be -1. So here options are given 0, 1, -1 and infinity. So for the cyclic relation, the relation is cyclic, then its value is always equal to -1, and it is given in option C. So here C is the correct answer for this question. Next question. The volume V versus temperature T graphs for a certain amount of perfect gas at two pressure P1 and P2 as shown in the figure. So volume and temperature, for volume and temperature graphs, P1 and P2 two pressures are shown in the figure. Then it can be concluded that, so from the figure we can conclude that option A, P1 represent monomatic gas and P2 represent diabatic gas. Option B, the adiabatic index for P1 is higher than that of P2. Option C, the pressure P1 is greater than the pressure P2, and option D, none of the above. So here at the given graph we know here when pressure is greater then its temperature also greater. So for P1 pressure is greater and P2 is less. Here P2 temperature is less and P1 is maximum. So when pressure is maximum, its temperature also maximum. So in option 3 given, if the pressure P1 is greater than the pressure P2 is the correct answer. So option C, the pressure P1 is greater than the pressure P2. That is pressure P1 is greater than, given in the diagram, is greater than the P2. So here option C is the correct answer for the above question. That is pressure P1 is greater than the pressure P2. Next question. For a heat engine operating on Carnot cycle, the work output is 1/4 of the heat transfer to the cold system. Then the efficiency of heat engine is. So for the given relation, we know work output of the Carnot engine is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Then Q1 minus Q2 is given 1/4 of the heat transfer to the cold system. That is Q is equal to 1/4 into Q2 is given. Q1 minus Q2 is equal to 1/4 into Q2. So we know Q1 is equal to Q2 plus W, and W is Q2/4. So Q1 is equal to Q2 plus W, Q2 plus W. So Q2 plus and W is equal to 1/4 into Q2. 1/4 into Q2. So this equation become 5Q2 upon 4. So efficiency of cycle is, we know, Q1 minus Q2 upon Q2. So efficiency of cycle is Q1 minus Q2 upon Q2. So putting the value of Q1 is equal to 5Q2 by 2 in that equation. That is, equation is Q1 minus Q2 upon Q2 is the efficiency. And here Q1 is equal to 5Q2 by 4. So putting that value in that equation, we get efficiency is equal to 1/4%. 1/4 into 100, that is equal to 25% is efficiency. So For a heat engine operating on Carnot cycle, the work output is 1/4 of the heat transferred to the cold system. Then the efficiency of engine is 25%, given in the option number 2, that is B. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. Here the again reading of pressures are given. So reading of pressure gauge fitted on a vessel is 25 bar. Then the atmospheric pressure is 1.03 bar and the value of G is 9.81 meter per second square. Then the absolute pressure of vessel is, so we know P absolute is equal to P atmospheric plus gauge pressure. So here gauge pressure is equal to 25 bar. 25 plus 1.03 is equal to 26.03 bar. So 26.03 bar is given in option C. So for the given question, the answer is option C, that is 26.03 bar is the absolute pressure. Here 9.81 meter per second square is not useful in that equation. So the absolute pressure is vessel is 26.03 bar. Next question. A mixture of gases expand from, here given expand from 0.03 meter cube at 0.06 is given here. Sorry, 0.06 to 0.03 meter cube at a constant pressure of 1 megapascal and absorb 84 kilojoule of heat during the process. Then the change of internal energy of the mixture. So here volume changes from 0.06 to 0.03 meter cube. Then we know dq is equal to du plus dw, that is dq is equal to du plus dw, means du plus p into dv. So here dq is given 84 kilojoule and du, here we have to find the internal energy, that is du plus p into dv, and here p is given 1 megapascal. Then here du is equal to 84 minus 1 into dv, 0.06 minus 0.03 means is equal to du plus 30 kilojoule. So du is equal to 84 minus 30, that is 84 minus 30. So here 84 minus 30 is equal to 54 and it is given in option B. So mixture of gases expand from 0.03 meter cube at a constant pressure of 1 megapascal and absorb 84 kilojoule of heat. So by using the equation dq is equal to du plus pdv, we have here calculate the change in internal energy du and we will get 54 kilojoule. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question, and this is the last question of our today's lecture. Question is, match the list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below the list. So here again list 1 and list 2 are given. So option A is mechanical work. So mechanical work we know this is high grade energy. Option B, integration of dq by t less than or equal to 0 is nothing but a Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Then zeroth law states the concept of the temperature, and H and Ts is Gibbs equation. So here option 3142, that is mechanical work high grade energy, integration of dq by t less than equal to 0 is Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Zeroth law concept of temperature, and H minus Ts is Gibbs equation. So here option D 3142. Option D 3142 is the correct answer for the above question. So this is the 50 plus questions today we seen, and this is the our fourth part of video. So like, comment and share this video, and subscribe our YouTube channel ABK Smart Study. Thanks for watching.